Hello, even enthusiasts. Welcome to another exciting episode of Ever Talk by 10 Times. I'm your host, Akanksha Rena, and today we have a fascinating topic on the agenda sustainable venues, how to choose eco friendly event spaces. Today, we are thrilled to have Aline Pronnet with us. As a dedicated zero waste speaker, Eileen brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table, guiding us on the path to creating events that not only captivates audience but also leaves a positive and lasting impact on our panel and planet. Eileen, welcome to Ever Talk. We are thrilled to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, Eileen, let's start by understanding the foundation. What does the term sustainable venue mean, and why is it crucial in the context of event planning?
Well, a sustainable venue is the superhero of event spaces. It embodying ecological, social, and economic sustainability.
Mhm.
Imagine a venue powered by renewable energy, constructed with locally sourced and recycled materials, managed by a diverse and inclusive team. It's not just sustainable venues. They are not just about minimizing carbon footprints. It's about creating spaces that uplift communities, support local artisans, and foster responsible consumption. And in the context of event planning, this holistic approach ensures that every celebration, every event becomes a catalyst for positive change, leaving a legacy of sustainability for generations to come. It's not just ecological waste reduction, stuff like this. It's way more when you think about a sustainable venue.
Incredible. Building on that, let's move to our another question. Can you highlight some key features that make a venue eco-friendly or sustainable?
Let's paint a vivid picture of a truly sustainable venue. You can have solar panels that adorn the rooftop, capturing sunlight to power the entire space. For example, there are some live gig event venues where the people dancing power the entire space just by moving on the floor. Stuff like this will certainly become even more in the future. The walls could tell a story of repurposed materials sourced locally, reducing transportation emissions and supporting regional economies. Inside, the attendees enjoy not only organic, locally sourced cuisine, but also engage with the community through fair trade partnerships. The venue doesn't merely just host events; it becomes a dynamic hub that nurtures a circular economy, it promotes social equity, and showcases the interconnectedness of ecological, social, and economic well-being. That would be the perfect sustainable venue.
True, true. That's great how you explained it all. So, coming to the next question, how do governmental regulations and policy influence the sustainability initiatives of event venues?
Well, I live in Germany, so this is where I have the most knowledge. And here in Germany, the governmental regulations play a very important role in shaping and steering sustainability initiatives within event venues. One prominent example is the how to say German Renewable Energy Act, which provides a legal framework promoting the use of renewable energy sources, and this directly influences the event venues to adapt sustainable energy practices, such as sourcing energy from certified green providers or even the solar panels I already mentioned. And the building codes here in Germany also, the building codes and the environmental regulations in Germany also contribute to significantly. For instance, regulations like the Energieeinsparverordnung, you could translate it in energy saving ordinance. It sets standards for energy efficiency in buildings. And this impacts event venues, of course, by encouraging the adoption of energy efficient technologies, insulation, heating and cooling systems, aligning with broader sustainability goals. And moreover, waste management policies at both federal and local events guide event venues towards responsible waste practices. Another long German word is Kreislaufwirtschaftsgesetz, and that can be translated into Closed Substance Cycle Waste Management Act. It establishes principles for waste avoidance and recycling, and event venues, therefore, they are compelled to implement effective waste separation system and explore strategies for reducing over waste production. And we're not talking just about the big events with a lot of famous keynote speakers, but also when you have a small town gathering or even just a street party you have with the neighbors, even then you have to think about those the waste production and how to separate that. So social responsibility at the end is not overlooked either. The German Corporate Governance Code and regulations on fair labor practices influence the labor policies of event venues too. Venues are encouraged to prioritize fair wages, inclusivity, and diversity, ensuring that their sustainability initiatives extend beyond just environmental concerns and encompass social aspects too. And overall, these examples demonstrate how German governmental regulations create a regulatory environment that directs event venues towards sustainable practices. And by complying with and often even more exceeding these regulations, venues contribute to Germany's commitment to environmental protection, energy efficiency, social responsibility. And these examples here show that the governmental regulations are the silent architects of sustainability in event venues, and consider policies that encourage the repurposing of existing structures, for example, promoting urban sustainability. Building codes may incentivize energy efficient designs and the use of sustainable materials. Additionally, labor laws that advocate fair wages and workplace inclusivity contribute to the social pillar of sustainability. And all those regulations not only set the stage, but also act as a powerful motivator for venues to align their practices with broader societal and environmental goals. And this, of course, we have that in Germany. Other countries have a lot of those laws and those practices too. Of course, it would be even easier to manage all those sustainability pillars with international regulations, especially for event venues. But that will certainly come in the future.
Yeah, that's true. Government regulations really play a very important and critical role in it.
Yeah, they do.
And going to the next question, are there any standardized metrics or tools available for venues to measure and report their environmental impact?
A lot of venues start by making their own metrics to track their, for example, the waste management, to track how many waste they have, just because they have to put up the bins, and so they have to know how many bins will we need, how and where will we have to put that. So the metrics that the venues make for themselves are already the tools they use on site, but there are standardized metrics or tools to measure. Often that depends on the country too, but the venues, wherever the venues are, venues often utilize established sustainability frameworks to measure and report their environmental impact. One noteworthy example is the Green Globe certification. It's an international program that assesses and certifies the sustainability performance of venues across various sectors, including events. And venues seeking this certification undergo a rigorous evaluation process covering aspects such as energy efficiency, waste management, social responsibility, and all those things I already talked about. Here in Germany, we have the so-called Öko-Profit. It's an ecological project for integrated environmental technology. It's a program that gives a structured approach for businesses, including event venues, to enhance their environmental performance. This program provides tools and guidance for venues to measure their resource consumption, reduce waste, and implement eco-friendly practices. There's, for example, also the German Sustainable Building Council that offers a comprehensive certification system for sustainable buildings, including event venues, of course. And this system evaluates not only environmental aspects, but also social and economic factors, ensuring a holistic approach to sustainability. And venues aspiring for this certification undergo assessment based on criteria such as energy efficiency, material selection, social compatibility. And these examples, again, showcase how German event venues can tap into established frameworks like Green Globe, Öko-Profit, and the certification. And it's not only do we need such tools to quantify what we do as event planners and event venues, but also to communicate the commitment to sustainability. We can do a lot of things, but if nobody knows about, nobody will appreciate all the effort. And
Yes.
by aligning with these standards, venue can transparently report their environmental impact, and not just when they're already perfect and doing everything perfectly sustainable, but also on the process, on the way to the perfect goal we will maybe never achieve, but just the way
Going
going
through
there.
the process, yeah.
Yeah, it's already very important to show what we're trying to achieve when we're planning events. And so for event planners, it would be very helpful to have an international comprehensive sustainability toolkit. Picture event venues using tools such as the Global Reporting Initiative Centers who go beyond carbon footprints to encompass social and economic dimensions. They might measure and report on initiatives like waste diversion rates, water conservation practices, and community engagement programs. For instance, a venue could track its sourcing practices, ensuring a certain percentage of products come from local sustainable suppliers, thereby fostering economic resilience within the community. And this holistic approach, again, ensures that sustainability isn't just a checkbox on an ongoing commitment, but an ongoing commitment to measurable positive impacts, and furthermore being able to talk about and be an example for other event venues, but also for the attendees of our events.
True. I would say wunderbar. I'm not sure if I spelled it right. I learned German like for 1 year and wonderful.
Yeah, it's a
It's
great word to
good
remember.
to learn from an expert, and with all these insights and information, and our audience would be really enjoying this session. And
I hope.
going to the next question, how do you see the landscape of sustainable venues evolving in the future? Your thoughts on it?
The future of event venues is a grand tapestry woven with threads of innovation, inclusivity, and economic vitality. Picture venues embracing cutting-edge technologies such as smart energy management systems that optimize resource usage in real time. In terms of inclusivity, I foresee venues becoming community hubs, hosting skill-building workshops and providing employment opportunities for marginalized groups. Economic sustainability could involve revenue sharing models with local businesses or even on-site urban farming initiatives. Furthermore, event locations are important places where we come together to celebrate and experience, and this is what we missed out while we had the pandemic. Well, we still have the pandemic, but way it's not that important that dangerous maybe in some places right now. But we
Hopefully.
hopefully, yeah. Yeah, and what we had to live through was especially an isolation that we wanted or that we had to do. So we missed those event locations, we missed being with other people, and we missed going to concerts and to events. So event locations are the place where we come together to celebrate and experience, and this will be the same in the future. This sense of community is something we can only truly experience together in person, and no online meeting can replace the goosebumps at a concert or a pleasant food tasting at a food fair. And events in the future will have to be there. We will have to be there in person. So event venues will have an impact on us wherever the society will go to, wherever the sustainable efforts will go to. And even though we can learn a lot about or through artificial intelligence generate images and even engage in conversation-like exchanges, it cannot replace the emotions we share with other people. And we have to be there in person. So in the future, human communities will still be necessary despite all the digitalization, technological advancements, and the likely changes in the events it will have. And as there is no viable alternative to sustainability, we will inevitably also become more sustainable in event locations. We will learn to celebrate together without further harming the planet. Event locations will continue to be the focal points for shared experiences and will adapt to meet evolving needs. I would say it's a transformative journey where sustainability isn't just a practice, but a dynamic philosophy that adapts, grows, and continuously contributes to the well-being of the environment, the society, and the economy.
That's true what you said. Like post COVID, events have been virtual, and virtual events have their own benefit because
Mm-hmm.
those who won't be able to make it like on site, they can still attend and have the like they could have the benefit of the event. But still, in person events, they have the different vibe, and people do love to collaborate and then speak to each other. We make new connections, and yeah, that's
Yeah, and
incredible.
deeper connections too, really deeper connections and more meaningful when we are together in person, when we can feel the vibes of the place of the other people. It's really important to have that too. But I'm still glad we have online meetings because I wouldn't have met you today. And
Yes, exactly.
I'm very glad we have that.
True that. So, coming to the very last question, first of all, thank you for sharing your thoughts. And coming to the very last question, what advice would you give to the event planners who are looking to prioritize sustainability in their venue selection process?
Well, for event planners seeking sustainability, I think um, an advice that I would give is think beyond the venue and envision a comprehensive experience. Look for venues that have earned certifications, indicating a commitment to high environmental standards. Seek out
Mhm.
those with partnerships supporting social causes or engaging in community outreach. Consider venues with clear waste reduction strategies, perhaps diverting organic waste to local composting initiatives, for example. Moreover, explore the economic impact. Venues that source locally, support fair labor practices, and contribute positively to the economic vibrancy of the region. And finally, when choosing a venue, I like to ask myself, are they easy to work with? My time and my well being are important resources too that we often neglect in our very hard-working society, and always louder, always better, always, yeah. So considering this, are they easy to work with? Do I like the people I have to communicate with? Is it nice? Can we make an impact when we work together? Do we have a positive mindset? This is something that is very important for me too.
Very important. Yeah, true.
So yeah, prioritizing sustainability in venue selection for event planners. It's about creating events that not only leave lasting memories, but also a positive and enduring impact on the environment, society, and local economy. This is sustainability and not just the carbon footprint.
So, Aline, wonderful. Like, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your expertise on sustainable events. It's been a pleasure having you on Ever Talk.
Thank you very much for inviting me and letting me be part of this interview series. Thank you very much.
Great.